guys, and welcome to the Watch Reviews with your host DK. And today we're taking a look at the review of a watch that I called the worst watch I'd unboxed before. And as my accent last week was such a runaway success, I've decided to do the whole thing in a Chinese accent. So I've never tried it before, here goes. I've just been informed that trying to do a Chinese accent on the video would be a terrible idea, probably lose me every fan I've ever had, and also get me cancelled. So we're going to avoid that. We're not going to do any more nonsense, and we're going to take a look at this Guanqin, one of the watches I said was one of the worst I'd ever seen. Have I softened in my stance, or have I actually hardened? Let's get to it. So I will post a link to the unboxing of this one so you can see when I described it as the worst unboxing ever. Speaking of unboxing, the box it comes in is this black cardboard box with the Guanqin logo. It's got a faux crocodile print on it. You've also got this little manual that says GQ, and it has a Guanqin logo that looks suspiciously like an Aston Martin or a Breitling logo. Not sure what that's about. Anyway, leave that one off. You also get your international guarantee card, unsigned as you might expect at this price point. Speaking of which, price point is about €18 for this one. You get a little scrap of polishing cloth, and you do also get the offending watch. So dimensions on this one, you're looking at 38mm in diameter from the 8 to 2 position, 36.8mm at that crown. Because of the shape, the crown width is actually a little lower. Lug tip to lug tip is 43.7mm, lug width of 22. And then you have just a thickness of 8.7mm with this being a quartz watch, and the weight is a absolutely minuscule 43 grams in total on that black leather strap. So specifications on this one, it's described as all stainless steel, however it is all high polish, and I'm going to go through something there with you guys. This is my Fantor Bauhaus style watch. It has an alloy case, an acrylic crystal, it's got a little leather strap on it from Watch Gecko, so it should weigh a lot less than this watch. However, it's actually slightly more, so I think this is actually an alloy case for the Guanqin. Now it is genuine leather on that strap. However, it is faux croc leather, and it's quite rough and ready. Not the greatest quality, if I'm honest with you. However, it does have a signed buckle on it. You do have glass that's described as sapphire as well. So let's just check that, shall we? So I have my trusty diamond tester here, and you just press it. No reading at all. Okay, well let's test it against something I know to be sapphire, my Christopher Ward C60 Trident. Oh dear. So it's not sapphire, and I don't really think that it's stainless steel. Not off to a great start here, are we? Unsigned pull push crown on this one, and a press down case back with very, very minimal markings on the back of that one. It is a quartz watch, as I say. It is an unnamed quartz, so you just pull it out once. It allows you to set the date, wind it towards yourself, and it sets the date. Pull it out a second time, and it stops the second hand, the small second at 6, allowing you to set the time. And time for a macro shot here. You can see there Guanqin since 1989. Not really long enough to be bragging on that one, if I'm quite honest with you. Applied indices, they're all sort of these sword style indices, or fence post style indices I should say actually, around the outside. Cut out there for the date window. Quart made at 6 o'clock. I'm not really sure what that's about. Second hand indicator there, small seconds just above the 6 o'clock position. You can see there as well, you've got nice kind of chromed hands. They're sort of very Dauphine hands I should say. Not the most interesting dial I've ever seen. And here it is out on my 7-inch wrist. So that strap is fairly bad. I'll be honest, this is the only time I've ever worn it on this strap. It is awful. It is a really, really bad strap. However, the watch does actually sit down quite nicely into the wrist thanks to that 8.7mm thickness and the fact that this is a quartz. However, if you want to go a bit more unusual, or if you're a lady and you're actually looking for a watch that suits you and might look a bit like this one, I might suggest a bit of red leather. It's not to everybody's taste. This is an AliExpress leather strap. I'll throw an affiliate link down below for you guys if you plan on buying the watch or any of these straps, of course. However, I prefer it on this. This is also an AliExpress leather strap. It's a different style though. It's more of a traditional man's watch with that nice kind of camel color and the white stitching. Pretty interesting look to it as well. I don't know, I kind of prefer it on this than I do on anything else, but it's a bit of a tough one. However, if you want to go for a different color as well, you can go for this blue option. Same style of strap, same seller, just a different color. I bought a whole bunch of these. I think they cost me something like €3 or €4 a pop, including shipping. So I just buy a whole bunch of them every time I need straps, and they do me absolutely fine, especially for videos like this. However, if you want to go really upmarket, and to be honest, the strap probably costs more than the watch here. This is a Christopher Ward leather strap with quick release spring bars. This is what I wore it on quite a bit actually. Very, very nice strap. But again, I think it's far, far too good for the watch that it's going to be on. Wouldn't be putting it on this now, in fairness. No loom shot for you guys today because there is no loom on this watch. So, what do I actually like about this watch, I should say, because I'll be honest, I haven't softened a huge amount on whether I like it or dislike it. The thing I like, it wears nice and flat, it's pretty thin, it goes well to the wrist, looks are pretty decent, the dial is okay, it's not bad at all, and the quartz movement inside is pretty quiet. So not something you can say about watches that cost a lot more. I've had this one right up to my ear and I still couldn't hear it through the case. So what are my dislikes with this one? Well, the fact that there's a big spelling mistake at 6 o'clock doesn't help. Quart made. What the hell is quart made? I'm guessing what happened there is they saw quartz movement and Japanese made somewhere and decided to run them together and somehow still made a spelling mistake on that one. Simply awful. That strap, speaking of simply awful, I don't know why manufacturers do this. Just give us a pleather strap or something. Stop doing this genuine leather and giving us this awful crap strap. Oh, it's just so uncomfortable and it just ruins. I mean, I know it's a cheap watch as it is, but there's a way of doing a cheap watch that's much better. Also, the fact that this one lies about its specs, it's definitely not sapphire. I don't even think it's stainless steel. It feels a bit too light to be stainless steel. The hands are a bit short on this one as well. They're a little bit short. I'd prefer if they reached a little bit further out in terms of legibility. If you want to do a cheap watch, I prefer this Fantor. I did an unboxing of this one. It doesn't make any bones about what it is. It has an alloy case, it has acrylic crystal, and it's just a more honest watch when you buy it. Also, another thing as well is the fact that this one does wear a little large as well. It's a bit strange in terms of the dimensions on it. And I don't even think the second hand at 6 o'clock hits all of the indicators. And the fact that it's a small second hand and it doesn't hit the indicators is really bad to me. I mean, don't put the dial in if you're going to do that. Just make it a two-hander, take the second hand off, and we wouldn't notice. It's a dress watch. You wouldn't even care about it. Those hands, as I say, look a bit short to me, especially the hour hand. It looks like it could be a bit longer. It would balance out the watch a bit more, and it would just give you a bit more to do with the watch. Also, there does seem to be some sort of glue or like paste underneath the dial or underneath the crystal between the case and the dial. If you look at it in certain lights, you can see there's kind of a gluey residue in underneath around the edges. And again, it just makes this cheap watch look trashy rather than just affordable. So guys, there you have it, my review of a Guanqin. That is a fairly poor example of an AliExpress Chinese watch. I've made my channel's bones by doing these Chinese watches and I've enjoyed a lot of them. This one was not one of them. It's really bad. Like, the fact that there's quart made on the dial makes no sense. Obviously someone has done that and seen quartz movement and Swiss made or Japanese made or Japan made on the dials before, and they've decided to try and run the two together, and it just hasn't worked at all. That, or alternatively, two managers had a conversation that went a little something like this. I think we've got a spelling mistake on our dials. Should we reprint those and put them into the watch again? No, let's not bother. There's an Irish idiot who's definitely going to buy this anyway, because if we price it cheap enough, he'll buy any old crap. And unfortunately, this Irish idiot did buy it. But I bought it so you don't have to. Honestly, avoid it. Save your money, spend it on something else. Buy a Casio, buy some other Chinese watch that I've recommended. Just don't buy this one. Guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the review and my little mini rant. I don't get to destroy watches very often in reviews. I kind of like a lot of things. I didn't like this one. So, hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I have been your host, DK. This has been the Watchtower Watch Reviews, and I will see you guys next time.